Good afternoon and welcome to another episode of Soccer 360. So much to discuss regarding a transfer business in the international world, transfer rumours as well. We'll be touching on the likes of Varane's links to Manchester United. Huge stories are coming out from the world of football regarding Bayern Munich's top goal scorer, Robert Lewandoski, as he has been linked with a move to Chelsea. And from what I hear, Chelsea have also submitted a £50 million bid. We'll be touching on that a little later on. This is Soccer 360. I'm your host, as always, Mr. Delvin Owino. And don't forget, you, the viewers at home, you can interact with our socials. We'll be at the bottom of the screen. Do tell us what you think of all these transfer rumours and the transfer deals that have been done that we'll be touching on. Of course, as well as what we did on Saturday, we'll have a transfer 7, looking at 7 transfers that have been completed and how those players will be impacting their current teams. We'll also be touching on the local scene. We cannot be leaving that out, as the KPL looks to be swinging in Tuska's favour. Now, I have 2 pundits here with me. Someone said this is an imbalanced set because I have 2 United fans here with me. One of them, you know her very, very well. The other one is a new face here on the show, and I'll start by introducing him. His name is Yusuf. Yusuf, please do tell the viewers a little bit more about yourself and which team you do support, even though I've already mentioned it to them.
I'm Yusuf Abdurrahman, a strong supporter of Man United. Thank you for having me to your show, and I hope you'll enjoy it.
Pleasure, pleasure, pleasure. And then the more familiar face here, Nicolette White, how are you doing today?
I'm good, I'm good. I'm just here on behalf of Arsenal fans. I'm here to give you Locatelli's news.
Okay, Locatelli's news, even though he's not on our rundown, but still, we shall be touching on that as well. Let's just start off from a local perspective and on to the FKF Premier League. But first and foremost, let's just congratulate our Kenya Under-23 in the Sakafa Challenge Cup. Impressive win yesterday. I saw you, Nicolette White, liking a lot of their tweets. What did you make of that?
I think, yeah, it's refreshing to see. I mean, it was a good game, even though the first half was started a bit slow. But I think, you know what? I've always said we have talent. The Under-23 team, if it's kept together, it can come and replace the national team that we have. We all know that. It
can be the future.
The only problem is, when it comes to now, moving forward, financing, making sure this team stays together and all the issues that we tend to have in the back room. If they could keep those issues out, I don't think we're going to have a problem with the Under-23 team.
Okay, Yusuf, I'm sure you also heard of the result. The Kenya Under-23 team doing very, very well yesterday with that 3-0 victory. What do you make of that team, and do you think that is the future of Kenyan football right there?
I'll just echo on whatever she said. It's really an amazing team, and all that it needs is support, financially more so.
Yeah.
We don't want a lot of bickering, backroom bickering. And,
we don't want backroom bickering. Yeah. We don't want to hear along the way one of them has changed nationalities. You know that thing of keeping the team together and I think that's going to be the biggest challenge, more than the talent. Okay. I don't think Kenya lacks talent, honestly. Okay,
fair enough. Let's just have a look at the results from the FKF Premier League this past weekend. Good victory for Tusker, and results going their way, by the way. Gor Mahia dropping points, KCB dropping points, and of course Tusker's win over FC Leopards, meaning the 3 teams that were behind them in that race all dropped points. But Kariobangi Sharks, Nicolette's favourite team, have just crept into that top 4 and now sit ahead of Gor Mahia. We'll be previewing that game because it's an interesting game on Tuesday, tomorrow, if I'm not wrong, or is it on Wednesday? I don't know, but we'll have a look at the fixtures. Gor Mahia will be taking on Kariobangi Sharks. What a game that will be. But they are the results from this weekend. I'll just ask Yusuf, any game there that stood out for you in particular?
The Tusker FC Leopards game stood out for me. I think this season Tusker have been really an amazing team, and I look forward to them being crowned the champions of the Kenya Premier League.
Looking forward, you've already
predicted
the title is predicted. The Tusker will be lifting the title. 9 games to go. Still a bit of a long way to go, but they have a comfortable lead ahead of, apart from KCB, who have a game in hand and can go 3 points behind them. AFC Leopards, Gor Mahia, Kariobangi Sharks seem a bit too far off and a bit too inconsistent to mount a serious challenge. Can we just have a look at the table? Let's remind ourselves how that is looking. It's not good reading for Gor Mahia fans because they have dropped from 4th to 5th, thanks to Kariobangi Sharks' huge victory over the weekend, putting them ahead of Gor Mahia in 4th spot with 41 points. Gor on 40 points on 5th. AFC Leopards a further 3 points ahead. KCB on 48 points on 2nd. And then Tusker on top of the table on 54 points. Now, over to the fixtures for the midweek. Nicolette White, this is going to be interesting. You and Paps go head to head. And I've seen you really like bickering on Twitter. So this is going to be very, very interesting. But the fixtures for Tuesday. Tusker can stretch their lead. They're playing Mathare United, who have looked out of sorts
Oh my God,
this season.
I think they're practically relegated, oh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mathare is practically,
yeah.
probably, they have been out of sorts this season. And we just saw, for a team that has performed so well.
Last season, they were really good.
Yeah.
We could never imagine that this season they'd pull out Sheffield United.
Yeah, it's very
but
sad to watch.
the thing in football is you never expect what will happen the next season. A team can be so good in this season, and the next season they're out of form. We saw it in the English Premier League team with Sheffield United.
Yeah. And then another team, AFC Leopards, taking on Western Steamer. Western Steamer as well struggling on the wrong end of the table. But with AFC Leopards,
you can never know
what to get from AFC Leopards.
I'm just waiting for, in case, no offense, AFC Leopard fans, you guys actually get beaten by Western Steamer, just go to Western Steamer's Twitter page, because the admins of these local clubs are just making it amazing.
The banter
right
that they normally throw on social media.
The banter is just amazing.
Let me get a prediction for Western Steamer and AFC Leopards from you, Yusuf. As I've said, AFC Leopards, a team that's very hard to call.
I'll go for a draw.
A draw.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Nicolette White, a draw, Western Steamer, AFC Leopards to get a victory.
I think you can say it's a draw because FC's problems for me, I feel like they're over-relying on Rupiah. That's the problem.
Okay.
So if it doesn't turn up, there's no result.
One-man show.
Yeah.
One-man show, and they have only won 2 of their previous last 5 games, losing the other 3. Let's have the fixtures for Wednesday. Let's see what's up on Wednesday. The big one this midweek is on Wednesday. 4th versus 5th, Kariobangi Sharks taking on Gor Mahia. Now, this one can go either way. Gor Mahia, of course, they need, they are winless in the last 5.
Yeah.
They need to pick up results here to just get that momentum back on and back going, because now for them probably what they have left in this season, the title is probably gone.
Yeah.
But there's bragging rights with AFC Leopards. They still want to finish ahead of AFC Leopards and have those bragging rights. So probably that is what they are looking at. For Kariobangi Sharks, on the other hand, no one probably would have thought they would be in the mix right now.
Yeah.
With 9 or so games to go. And they've really done very, very well for themselves. Yusuf, this game, it's also a difficult one to call given Gor Mahia's performances in recent games, winless in 5. Kariobangi Sharks, on the other hand, playing very, very well.
Sharks have been outstanding, but personally, I'll go for Gor Mahia. I think Gor Mahia, they definitely need to win.
They need to, yes.
As you've said, as much as they can catch up with Tusker, at least finish ahead of AFC Leopards.
Yeah, bragging rights is on the
I think this game definitely they're going for a win.
Yeah, Nicolette White, I think probably you're a Kariobangi Sharks fan. Go ahead.
I won't be surprised if Sharks surprise them.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Wouldn't put that beyond them because winless in 5, as I've said.
Winless in 5. They have a new interim coach. Like Gor Mahia, as per the norm, a new season, new troubles. And I think right now the way Kariobangi Sharks is set up, I don't know. For me, I'm trying not to be biased, but I don't see Gor Mahia being able to beat this Sharks
Gor Mahia,
right now.
they still have quality. If you look at it on paper, they have the quality of a Kariobangi Sharks. That's no doubt in that. Do you see them going 6 games without a win? Surely, these are last season's champions, the previous season champions. The last 4 seasons, they have been champions.
I actually
you see them
do,
going
honestly.
6 without a win.
I honestly do see them going 6 games without a win, especially with the state that the club is in right now. Because honestly speaking, we've had Gor fans, even Kevo has been one of them who says they don't have faith in the interim manager. They don't feel like he's the person who's going to switch anything and change anything around. So unless they bring someone new into management to kind of salvage whatever they're left with in these 9 games, I don't see any,
You're saying them going 6-6 without a win. With Yusuf, do you think 6?
No, I think Gor Mahia will definitely redeem themselves and win this game against Sharks.
Let me hear from you, the viewers at home. Do you think Gor Mahia will go 6 now without a victory, or do you think they can turn things around? Nicolette White doesn't think so. Yusuf, on the other hand, thinks that Gor Mahia, they have the quality that will get them past Kariobangi Sharks. For me, I'll just let it be and wait for it to play out. Or do you want me to give a prediction for this game?
Give a prediction.
Give a prediction.
You want me to throw in my prediction in
Yeah.
this game? I think I'll back Yusuf. There's no way I see.
Of course you
No, because...
You're a Gor fan.
No, I'm not a Gor fan. I mean, I'm neutral here. Come on, relax.
Yeah, right.
It's hard to see Gor Mahia going 6 games without a win. It's
hard to see, but guys have to get used to it. Times have changed. They can't keep this shenanigans
It can happen.
going on.
It can happen.
For
But
me,
remember, these are last year's champions.
Yeah, for past 4
But you
seasons.
guys, I mean...
Beat them losing a bit of some players here and there,
But
still
and having management crisis.
Yeah.
But Gor Mahia still.
Me, I'm going to say 2-1 to Sharks.
2-1 to Sharks. Yusuf, you've gone for Gor
1-0 for Gor Mahia.
1-0 to Gor Mahia. I think, yeah, let me back Yusuf. Let me go back Yusuf's prediction. I'll go 1-0 to Gor Mahia as well. Now, with that said, are you ready to move into the nitty-gritty of the summer transfer window?
Yeah.
We have a lot to discuss here. And we'll start off by looking at 7 done deals. Saturday, we started off with some 7. Today, we are going to bring for you other 7 done deals. And the most recent one we're going to start with here is Olivier Giroud, who has been confirmed to be joining AC Milan. Went for his medical yesterday, if I'm not wrong, and did pass his medical. So he is an AC Milan player. Yusuf, I'll start with you. What will Olivier Giroud bring to this AC Milan side?
Olivier Giroud has been a good player since back in the days when he's from the Bulldogs, in Arsenal. I think last season in Chelsea, he was really an outstanding player, and I think for this AC Milan team is really going to be a good addition for the team. Good squad player, definitely. I don't think he's going to start going straight into the starting lineup.
Yeah, I don't think so too.
Yeah, I agree.
But as a squad depth, he's really an amazing player. Despite his age, I think he's really going to be vital for the team.
He has what it takes, and what he brings as well is he's won a lot of trophies in the past in England. Champions League winner in the last season with Chelsea. So probably he brings that to this AC Milan side that a lot of them, AC Milan, yes, they're in transition. They haven't had glory periods for the past, I think, decade also. So probably he brings that winning mentality as well, Nicolette.
But what, okay, not in a bad way. What's AC Milan's plan? To wait for all the players who are about to retire and bring him into the team?
I think that's Inter Milan's plan, actually. Not
it's going to be, they should just change the name then to
retirement
FC.
That's more of Inter Milan's plan.
No, because I'm looking at it. Last time they brought in Zlatan. Zlatan has been injured most of the time. Yes, we agree he has goals left in him. Yes, we agree Giroud has goals left in him. But what's their plan? Like,
do you think that probably Giroud is coming in just to try bringing that experience? Because AC Milan is a young squad. Let's not get that twisted. It's a young core team. So I think probably, apart from Zlatan, probably who's there, who's, as you said, has been injured, probably they need a bit of experience. Because we saw them last season. They led the table for a majority of the season, then fell off.
Yeah, they lacked squad depth.
They lacked probably the squad, and then probably that inexperience also came in.
Also.
So probably
it's a young team.
That's what, Giroud is probably bringing them there.
Let's
I'm not sure.
Let's wait and see. Okay, for me, I would say it's a steal for AC Milan simply because of his cost. And we all know Giroud still has some
1 million
goals. Yeah, he still has goals left in him. He still has another, for me, I would say he has another 3-4 years to play. But then again, also, like, what's their plan?
1 million, and then it's up the value. Is 1 million, then 1 million add-ons.
Yeah.
So basically just 1 million. Those add-ons will come in a little bit later on. Still sticking with AC Milan, though, this one I think is a steal and a loss for Chelsea. Fikayo Tomori has joined AC Milan in the value of about £30 million and only 23 years old. For me, Nicolette White, I know you've been with me on set so many times, and I always used to say,
him over Zuma.
For Chelsea, I used to think that he is the best centre-back. In my opinion, that was. Yusuf, what do you think is the reason behind Chelsea letting him go for a player so young,
I'm surprised.
23 years?
I'm surprised. Tomori is really a good stoic defender. Personally, for me, even I'll go for him to team up with Rudiger.
Over Zuma,
Over Zuma.
Yeah.
So I don't understand the reason why Abramovich is letting this guy go.
What do you think is the reason behind it?
They're not even in a financial crisis or something
they are
of
not.
the sort.
Yeah.
So it's absurd. It really baffles me why they let Tomori go.
Very baffling, by the way. For a 23-year-old, I know Christensen is in there, in Rudiger, but he's good enough to be third choice. Thiago Silva doesn't have the legs anymore. He has the experience.
35 already.
Exactly.
36, in fact.
36, in fact,
yeah.
What do you think is the reason behind Chelsea letting such a young player
For me, I would say he probably doesn't fit into
the plan of the
Tuchel's plan. That would be the only reason why you'd let him go, because you have an aging... Chelsea are not looking at the fact that they have an aging defense now.
Yeah, maybe. That probably doesn't fit into the system.
He just doesn't fit into the system. That would be the only explanation.
But the thing is, it's a long season.
Yeah.
Silva, we've already talked about his age. Rudiger, he can get injured or something of the sort. So who are you going for?
And then they're in so many competitions. They're going to be in the Champions League. They're going to be in the EFL Cup, the FA Cup, the Premier League. So those are 4 competitions, and you have to rotate sometimes. You have to bring up a squad good enough to rotate, especially if you're in the Champions League and playing Premier League and Champions League each week. You want a good enough squad that can handle the Champions League football
and
in
with
the
their
weekend
style of
matches in the Premier League.
play as well, because they play a defensive style of football. So you need to make sure you have those players in there. So for me, I feel like it's a steal for AC Milan and a loss
And
for
it's a
Chelsea.
loss for Chelsea.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's a big loss for Chelsea, in my opinion. Chelsea fans, what do you think of this? Do you think Fikayo Tomori should have been let go? Do you think he would have made a good partner to Anthony Rudiger in the centre-back? Now, let's move over to the next one. Arsenal fans, get excited. £50 million wasted.
Oh my God, well been.
On Ben White, not wasted. I think Ben White is his quality is a good defender with the ball at his feet.
Yeah.
And he knows how to distribute those balls. But my question is, I've asked this question over and over again. Yusuf, did Arsenal really need to go out and spend £50 million on a defender when they had the third best defense in the league last season?
Absolutely no. Talk of the price, talk of their priorities.
Yeah.
Arsenal is the incomplete shambles.
Yeah.
I mean, Ben White is a good player. I'm not
Okay,
refuting
decent
that, but he's
player.
overpriced, not for 50 million shillings.
Not nowhere close to 50
Yeah,
million.
but
That 50,
is no Varane.
Yeah.
Is no.
That 50
Yeah,
million
but
would have got them a
apparently Varane is there for
decent
the
holding
70.
midfielder.
Man United are currently talking about the deal with Varane for 50.
Yeah, we'll get into Varane a little bit later on. Let Yusuf, don't spill the rundown.
The beans.
Just don't spill the beans. Varane is coming. United
thing
fans
is-
hold on to your horses.
No, the thing is, if Varane is going for 50 million shillings, why the hell should Arsenal go for Ben White?
Because Ben White is English.
I was hearing
So
about something.
that's the
about-
reason. That's the
That's the
reason. Meaning,
reason.
as long as you're an English player,
Your value is higher.
I was
Why
hearing
is-
something about taxes. The taxes in England are a bit ridiculous. That's as to why the
players are
overpriced and something of the
It would
sort.
make sense because, to be honestly speaking, Ben White for 35M, 30 would be okay.
30, 35.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would be okay. But if there is a tax factor, then it would make sense why English players are overpriced.
Okay.
I don't even still understand why Arsenal was too desperate to go for him despite the price. It's been a long transfer saga, almost, I think, months.
Yeah. And we, Arsenal fans, we're not just going to bash this transfer because it has its positives, it has its negatives.
Yeah.
We have mentioned the price, the value there. I think that money would have been well spent on a holding midfielder. Talking about his partner in Brighton, Bissouma, they wanted 40 million for him. I think that would have been...
Bissouma will have been much
And
better.
it's a priority position for Arsenal, a holding midfielder.
And it's
Yeah.
a better bargain.
Yeah, but now let's talk about the positives that Ben White will bring to this Arsenal side. First and foremost, Arteta, in the Arsenal team, there's no right-footed centre-back, so he comes in and
Yeah.
fills that void that because Luis had left.
Yeah.
And Holding as well is there, but Holding, can you really trust him? For him, the positive he brings, as I've mentioned, he's a ball carrier out of the back.
True.
And without Luis, do you think he can be that David Luiz? You know how Luis used to play, carrying the ball,
Yeah.
spraying those 40-yard passes. Do you think he can do that?
He'll be even better than David Luiz.
You think he will be a
Be
better?
better.
He would be, yeah, because
Better.
if you put the age factor in,
factor.
the discipline, he's been in the EPL, so he's more disciplined. Blah. Yeah. I think, Luis is not a bad player. For me, I feel like Luis's problem is he's indiscipline.
Yeah, and he
He
could
has
lose
these
his head
sparks of,
sometimes.
he doesn't listen, he doesn't
Keep his position.
He doesn't keep his position. He doesn't read the game. He
True.
always makes these out of
Yeah, and
out of character movements that you
Out of
wonder.
cha-
Because
exactly.
he's older, he's more experienced. You don't expect him to be doing certain things.
I think I agree with you there. I think David Luiz, and we're not talking about David Luiz here, but I think David Luiz, in terms of a footballer, I think he was a good
He was a
footballer.
good
He was
footballer.
a good footballer. David Luiz at PSG and Chelsea was an amazing player.
Yeah.
But the guy that came to Arsenal was already an old guy whom didn't have the legs
Would
to
you
run.
want, no, I don't. I think he didn't want. He felt like he was too experienced to be told anything. He had some form
Ego.
of indiscipline and ego that kind of messed him up. And I think with Ben White, then you don't have to worry about that. You just have a player who focuses on ball, reads the game, gives the passes where necessary. So there's a positive to it.
White is a good addition to the team, just despite his price tag.
Price tag,
Despite the price tag, and it's something that you normally complain about when it comes to English players.
players.
Their price tag, they're just overpriced, but it's something to do with the taxing. So anyway, before I jump into the WhatsApp comments, does it go in straight into that Arsenal centre-back lineup?
Sure.
yeah,
Alongside
I think so.
Gabriel, probably. Most
Yeah.
probably,
Yeah.
Yeah.
4-5.
Yeah, so probably holding out. Yeah, definitely. There's no other means to that because they're holding out. With his new hairstyle, you saw his comment on social media. With his new haircut, his caption was new signing.
Oh my God.
I just read that and I was like, anyway, let me jump into some comments here on WhatsApp. Hello, Soccer 360. Mark from Kericho. It's like Grealish is heading to Man City. We'll get to that rumor a little bit later on. If they sign Harry Kane, they will usually win the EPL again. Spurs will surprise many this season. I see them finishing in the top 4. Since Spurs are not in the rundown, let's just get to that. Spurs surprising us this season. Do you really? Does any of you agree with that? First and foremost,
If they lose Kane, how are they surprising us? They'll surprise us by remaining in like 7th. That'll be the surprising
so
thing.
there's no surprise
There's
there
no
from
surprise
Spurs.
there.
Or maybe losing another final.
As usual, as what they do. They usually bottle these finals. Yeah, for me, I think I agree. I don't see Spurs
I don't.
surprising anyone. I don't think Nuno Espirito Santo is the manager to get them in the top 4.
Yeah, after Pochettino left, Spurs have been reduced to a mid-table team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, Mark, none of us here think that Spurs will be surprising any of us this season. He just says, hi guys, okay. Delvin, please play this video for Paps and all the Arsenal fans to see their near-new defender that was harassed and taught a lesson by Rashford.
That video has been
Kindly.
everywhere on social media.
So should I play it? I have 1 minute before you go on a break.
You can play it.
But it's such a long...
No, it's not that long. It's just here.
Fair enough. Okay, we have seen the video that Rashford did humiliate Ben White, but still, Rashford.
Expecting a David of that.
Rashford is not even world class anyway. That was
Oh
just
my God.
the moment
The
he had.
bitterness
That was
can
just-
be sensed.
No, I'm yes, I have to back Arsenal fans since you know there are 2 United fans here.
Oh
So
my
I have to try
God.
and back the Arsenal fans. Come on. But anyway, he was defenders go through that once in a while. I'm sure Harry Maguire's had a whole lot of them as well. But anyway, we'll take a short break. When we come back, we'll finish up with the transfer deals that have been completed. We have 4 more players to cover and then jump into the transfer rumors. And I assure you, the transfer rumors are hot. So don't go too far. We shall be right back. Be covering will be Memphis Depay, if I'm not wrong, or Gini Wijnaldum, whatever my director decides to bring up on the screen first. I think we shall go with Memphis Depay from Barcelona. Now, there's so much talk about will he have the right chemistry with Lionel Messi? He flopped at United, he's going back to another big team. Will he have what it takes to perform at the levels he has performed in at Lyon? First and foremost, before we even get to Memphis Depay, let's just get this in there. Barcelona are in so much trouble financially, they cannot even register their new players for the new season.
But that's the thing. I read that and I was confused because what does that mean? Does that mean all these players are not going to play?
They have to lay off players.
Yeah.
And
So if they don't manage to lay off players, these guys are not going to play.
I don't know. I have no
The
idea.
Agueros
Yes,
and the Depays.
if you're not registered, you can't play.
Yeah, you can't play.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. Barcelona are in so much trouble. They have a transfer list of about 12 players they're willing to let go of. But it seems like no one is interested in those players. But anyway.
I think the only player that people are interested in was who? Coutinho.
No, I think Griezmann. Atletico
want him
swap
back.
with no, they want
Yes.
him swap with Salonigas.
That's coming up a little bit shortly. That's Saul Niguez's Griezmann issue. But let's just focus on Memphis Depay. Do you think he'll have the right attitude? We saw what happened to him in Manchester United, a big club. He's gone back to another big club after having performed so well in Lyon. Do you think right now he'll have the right attitude to get in those performances?
That's the thing. People are saying Depay has been so good in Lyon, but the thing you need to understand is playing in Lyon or playing in Manchester United and Barcelona is a different thing.
Yeah.
It's a big team pressure.
Yeah.
So him performing in Barcelona will still be in question for me. He still needs to prove himself. But he's been outstanding for Lyon.
And alongside someone like Messi. Or increases the pressure.
Yeah.
So I think, it will be a very 50-50 situation.
And then again, how do they line up? Because we have Depay, let's say Griezmann does stay, Griezmann and Lionel Messi, who are generally, can say false 9 or second strikers.
You
and
have
then
also Aguero.
I think they'll be going for him being the false 9.
So Aguero doesn't start for you if they're all there. Aguero
You know the problem with this thing.
Aguero we can play as a 10.
The problem with this thing, I feel like there'll be a lot of clash now because Paul rumorly say that Messi has a lot of say. Messi wants Aguero. Coman wants Depay. So there'll be a lot of conflict on who will start.
I get what you mean by the conflict because Coman has worked with Depay in the Netherlands team.
Yes.
Yeah.
Messi's the one who wanted Aguero.
So there'll be a lot of
So there'll be
friction.
conflict of interest between Messi and the coach.
For me, I think
and in Barcelona, always Messi has it.
Yeah.
In Barcelona, Messi, Messi has
Messi's
the last
call.
word.
It's Messi raised.
So I think it's going to be Aguero up front there, Messi on the right.
So if Griezmann doesn't
Probably.
leave, there's no position for Depay to play. He'll start from the bench.
That's now a problem.
Yeah, he'll start from the bench.
Do you think, and with his quality, do you think
He will settle for bench. I don't
He'll settle
think.
for
I don't
a
think.
That's
seat
where
on
the
bench.
attitude will
Coming
kick
from
in now.
Lyon, where you've been in the starting lineup straight,
Yeah.
And the star player.
being a star player in your
Yeah.
team, then coming and being benched in Barcelona, I don't
But
think
I
he's going
think
for
when
that.
players make these moves, they don't look at it from that angle. You
I get what you're
understand?
saying.
They don't look at it from that angle because I think for Depay, he has a good relationship with the manager. He knew I'm going to come in there, blah blah blah, call the shots. But when you actually look at it, you're coming to a Barcelona that's ruled by a certain player.
Yeah, Messi
How
is
is your
honest.
relationship with this particular player when you're coming in? The likelihood of him starting from the bench day in day out is higher than him actually
But
coming
I'm
into starting 11.
Depay. I'm 27 years old. This is my
It
prime
doesn't
time.
matter.
I want more playing time.
Exactly. want
Imagine
to
it
play
doesn't
more.
matter.
We'll just have to wait and see what Ronald Koeman will do. But first
So
and
they
foremost,
have to like literally have to offload Griezmann.
exactly. But first and foremost, Barcelona first will have to sort out. They have to get these players registered. Let's just get in there first. Get the players registered. Then we can talk about how they'll be lining up. Now, the next player we're going to look at is Gini Wijnaldum, which I think for PSG, this was another absolute steal for a free
Yeah.
transfer. And let's add this as well. He rejected Barcelona. Their package was not too enticing for
I
him.
think he was smart, honestly.
That was a smart move.
That was a smart move. I think whoever is advising him is giving him the correct advice because Barcelona right now is not the team for you to
Yeah,
move in.
Barcelona is a team going this
It's
way.
going
PSG
down.
is a
Shambles.
team.
Yeah.
PSG is a
It's
team
team
going
that's
this
going
way.
up.
building.
Yeah. It was a smart move, and then the French league is not as competitive.
Demanding as-
and as demanding as
as
La Liga. So
La Liga.
I think it's a good move for him.
And of course, do you see him starting alongside probably Verratti in that midfield?
In midfield, yeah.
Yeah, why
probably
not?
have
He'll
a
be starting
starting
alongside
position.
Verratti. I think, what is his name? Paredes now will be benched.
Paredes, sorry Paredes, but yeah, he'd have to settle for a place in the bench. But Gini Wijnaldum, I think for me, this was an absolute steal. Liverpool fans, do you think Jurgen Klopp should have let him go, given that he's still 30, probably has a good 2 years still in him?
2-3
Do you think?
years.
It's a big loss for Liverpool.
Yeah, he should. And they haven't replaced him yet, so
Yeah,
you
it's a
wonder
big
who
loss for
they'll bring
Liverpool.
in there, but we'll have to wait and see. But Liverpool fans, tell me what you think. Do you think Gini Wijnaldum, Klopp would have let Gini Wijnaldum go, given that he's still 30, and probably, again, let him go on a free transfer?
Yeah.
Transfer.
They did not extend his contract just to protect his value, and so he had to go on a free transfer. But anyway, our next player, Nicolette White will be happy with this one. Rodrigo de Paul signing for Atletico Madrid. Of course, you do know that's her Spanish team. Rodrigo de Paul.
team.
Now, for me, this is a problem.
Why?
Why?
Thank you. That's what I wanted that question. Why? Because of Simeone's style of play. Will we see the best of Rodrigo de Paul in the way Simeone sets up and plays? We know he's an attack-minded. He likes to take players on.
But let's-
Simeone is not that type.
He's defensive, yes, I agree. But let's say he's improving on that because I think last season he played a bit more. He played a
In
bit
some
more
games, he was
attacking.
expressing
Yeah,
himself.
He was
But-
allowing the players to be. He wouldn't
Absolutely.
play a full 90 minutes of defensive football.
Sure.
So maybe he's
He even
bringing him
improved.
in.
He improved Trippier.
Yeah. So maybe he's bringing him in to improve the style that he's trying to experiment with. And I feel like this is the best time for Atletico to actually start becoming more of an attacking team.
Yusuf, what do you make about this? Do you think we'll get the
Rodrigo has
best
been an
player?
amazing player at the Copa America,
yeah.
for his team. I think he's a good addition to the team. And just as you raised, I think with the style of play for Diego Simeone, still have questions of whether he's going to be a good fit or not. But as a player, he's an amazing player.
amazing
Very
player.
good addition to the team.
He is. He is.
I don't think we can deny that he's an amazing talent. The only question, as Yusuf has added on there, is Diego Simeone's style of play. Will it let us see the best of Rodrigo de Paul, or will it be limited, as so many of those players in Atletico Madrid camp have been? The likes of Saul, the likes of Koke have been limited to defensive work. We'll have to just wait and see. Now let's move over to the last transfer deal. If I am not wrong, we have covered the Depay, Gini Wijnaldum, Rodrigo de Paul, and the last one comes from England. Aston Villa, Emiliano Buendia signed for £33 million, only at the age of 24 years old. And let's not forget, they did beat Arsenal to this signing as well. Arsenal fans, don't count for me. I'm just saying. Rodrigo de Paul, what do you make of this signing for Aston Villa? Is it a good signing? Do you see him playing in a front three, probably right behind the striker with the likes of Grealish in there as well?
Sure, he's a good addition to the team. Buendia has been amazing for Norwich.
He has.
And Aston Villa will be a pressing team in the next seasons.
Especially if they manage to keep, because the rumor is that they are trying to negotiate Grealish's contract. If they manage to keep him alongside, I think it's an amazing addition.
They'll probably finish ahead of Arsenal.
Arsenal fans,
And
you hear that?
And Spurs, please do not be gullible in that illusion that Spurs are going to come out of that mid-table anytime soon.
I think Spurs are, yeah. But
Arsenal have a higher chance of getting out of that.
You're hearing the problem of having two United fans here on set. This is what you get, you Arsenal fans. But I'll try and protect you as much as I can. Let me just get into a few comments here. Waiting for all done deals for Manchester United. I'm Francis, enjoying the show from Malabar border. The only done deal is actually Sancho, but it's not been unveiled yet, but it's done.
Because of some paperwork issue.
It's only one paperwork now currently.
Yeah, but that's a done deal. They should be doing the
announcement will be soon.
The announcement
that's
should be
soon.
Yeah.
We waited long enough.
And probably, well, he said he has done deals. Okay. The rumors, we'll get into the rumors a little bit later on. Simon Kutoka D, Chelsea transfers will be getting into the rumors. There's no done deal for Chelsea yet, but there's a rumor that I was reading today morning that came out of the Blues. We'll be getting onto that. Jazzy Sancho Ningapi is going to have the 7, if I'm not wrong.
I doubt.
I doubt
Cavani has a 7.
Oh, Cavani has a 7.
Plus the pressure that usually comes with the number 7 jersey.
Yeah.
I think Solskjaer will really be smart enough not to give him that.
So which number do you think he's going to have?
I don't think he's going to have the 7. We'll wait and see. But
which number is available at United? 17, probably, I don't know.
7, Cavani has it, and Cavani has been...
Yeah, Cavani is not losing the jersey, definitely not losing the jersey to Sancho. Kevo, United Fania, Sancho and Varane are coming, and Chelsea want Lewandoski for 50 million. You've just busted the bubble there with the transfer rumors that we're going to be discussing. Hi, I'm Elvis from Mount Elgon, Kapsokwani. He transfer ya Haaland to Chelsea mefika wapi? Okay, let's just jump into a lot of people asking about the transfer rumors.
I'm a heartbreaker, let me do it.
Okay, fair enough.
Haaland rejected Chelsea's bid.
Okay, I don't know what happened there.
He rejected it.
I don't know. Let's just start off with the transfer rumors. I don't want to start off with Barcelona because we've touched on Barcelona a bit. Let's start off with Robert Lewandoski because this is a very interesting one. A couple of days ago, from what I read from the sources was that City had turned their attentions away from Kane to Lewandoski. Now, today, I'm reading that Chelsea submitted a £50 million bid to Bayern Munich for Robert Lewandoski. So my question to my pundits is, £50 million, my director is correcting me, they're £58 million, 50, 58, whatever. Potato, potato, it's in the 50s. Yeah.
50s.
My question to you is, do you think Bayern Munich sell for £50 million? That's the thing.
I don't think Lewandowski is going to leave Bayern.
Yeah. And for 50 million, do you think
Bayern
Munich?
50 million, no.
I don't think so either. But if he did, I think Chelsea have a better hand of getting him than Man City.
Than Man City,
yeah.
Sure.
Why is that? I would like to know why is.
Thomas Tuchel is exactly why they have a better hand.
They have worked with him before.
I think Chelsea
Pep has worked with him before as well.
Yeah, but for me, I feel like between the two, I think he would go to Chelsea, and I think if Chelsea actually managed to actually find a way to get him out of Bayern, it would be a good move. It would be a better move than Haaland.
50 wouldn't cut it though.
50, no, 50 wouldn't. 50
wouldn't cut it.
They need to stretch their pockets a bit more. Although I kind of feel, money aside, as a player, I don't think Lewandowski would want to
leave.
Who would want to leave Bayern Munich first and foremost?
I don't think
I think
so.
they're all for the past
all
couple
eyes
of
are
seasons.
on him. He's the main man for that team.
But the thing is, the two teams we're talking about are two top teams: Chelsea, Man City. Man City, the Premier League champions; Chelsea, Champions League winners. But still, I'll still question if that transfer will really happen.
I think for me, from Lewandowski, I'm looking at it, I'll be like, okay, yes, Chelsea did win the Champions League last season, but are they a better side than Bayern Munich?
Absolutely
no. I think Bayern Munich for the past 5 years or so, always in the top 3. Let's just say, always in the top 3 in Europe, alongside the Real Madrid when Ronaldo was there, blah, blah, blah. So for Chelsea to get their hands on Lewandowski, I think the package will have to be very enticing.
They will. And if Chelsea is smart enough to get him in, I think he's the experience that will help the likes of Akina Havertz and Akina Wana to kind of get out of their shell and actually start playing football.
If he arrives at Chelsea, I think he's the only missing puzzle for that team.
Yeah. I agree.
It is.
Yeah.
Because that's the only number 9.
Chelsea, the only thing currently they're lacking is an out-and-out 9 striker.
Yeah.
And number 9 especially.
Number 9.
Okay.
Werner hasn't been.
Yeah, he's not been doing it.
Performing. Havertz is not really.
He's not hit the ground running. Yeah. My director has informed me we have 3 minutes to go, and I don't want to get slaughtered by United fans online. So let's just jump into the Rafael Varane situation in this last 3 minutes. Rafael Varane, there's a lot of talks that it's a done deal. He's going to be joining United.
Yeah.
I have 2 United fans here. Tell me what you know about this deal.
About the deal, Varane stated clearly he wants to leave Madrid. And as we've witnessed in this transfer saga, teams are losing a lot of players for free.
Yeah.
So I don't think Real Madrid will really want, in the financial crisis they're in currently, I don't think they will really gamble on losing him for free. And
that's next season, they're losing for free because of his contract.
contract. So Varane is coming to United. We're looking forward to that Maguire-Varane partnership.
I am not. Am I the only person who's not looking forward to it? Am I the only person who's worried?
I'll chip in with my thoughts.
I'm worried. Let me give you my reasons. Because
yeah.
I've been arguing with my fellow United fans for the longest time. My reasons for this is this. Number one, we can be told he's coming and he can be coming for the next 2 seasons. We know how we do business. We're always very close and then it never happens.
It never happens, true.
And then number 2 is Varane, his age, he's very injury prone as well. We all know that.
28,
he's 28, going to 29. He's very injury prone. We need someone who can cover Maguire's mistakes. If we have Bae and Varane, who are going to be constantly injured, we still go back to the partnership of Lindelof and Maguire. You understand why I'm worried?
But he's better or far much better off than Lindelof.
Not if he...
Now, when you also talk about pairing, Maguire is a bit slow. He's faster than him.
He's faster than him, I don't disagree. But
okay,
then
now you have
physicality.
you have to sign off now.
Physicality. Come on.
We are out of time. I just need to throw in something in there. I think, yeah, Varane, I think he definitely is better than any centre defender that United currently have. And Maguire partnership with Varane. If Maguire, we can see the Maguire that performed in the Euros, performed consistently in the Premier League that way, and alongside Varane, I think that would be a very good partnership. My only question is, knowing Real Madrid, a powerhouse in Europe, we do know they're in some financial difficulties at the moment. Why are they so... They're reluctant to keep hold of Varane. It's like they're just giving him away.
And now without Ramos there.
They lost
and
Ramos.
with Ramos gone as well, it's like they're giving him away to United. So probably I think that's the only question United fans should be asking themselves, why Real Madrid are just giving him away so easily. Now, anyway, guys, with that said, unfortunately, we're out of time. I don't know why this second 30 minutes just always goes by so
fast.
quick.
Yeah.
But Yusuf, thank you very, very much. Nicolette White, thank you very, very much. We'll be here with you on Saturday again. Transfer deals, transfer rumors, and all that nitty-gritty. Let me thank the camera crew and the director and everyone behind at the gallery who has made this a success. Do catch me again on Saturday. It's still transfer rumors and transfer and the transfer deals that have been done. As you know, we are in that season for the summer transfer window, and we'll also be touching on the local scene as usual. And do enjoy the rest of your Monday afternoon. Stay blessed and keep it sporty.